In the midst of jubilant New Year celebrations, an unexpected danger lurks: the threat of celebratory gunfire. Now you might be thinking, celebratory gunfire, what's that? Well, it's a practice seen in numerous cultures around the globe. As joyous occasions such as the New Year roll in, some folks take to firing their guns into the air in an expression of sheer exultation. It's a tradition, a way of marking a momentous event. But with every bullet that goes up, it must come down. And that's where the danger lies. Picture this: a bullet, shot straight up into the air, can climb 2 miles high before gravity calls it back. As it descends, it can reach a speed of 300 feet per second. That's as fast as a car on the expressway. Now imagine that bullet coming down in a populated area, where the revelry of New Year's Eve is in full swing. The result could be disastrous. Innocent bystanders, caught up in the thrill of the celebration, can become unsuspecting victims of these stray bullets. It's a danger that often goes unnoticed, overshadowed by the sparkle of fireworks and the cheer of the crowd. But the reality is, it's a hazard that has claimed numerous lives and caused countless injuries. And it's not just in remote corners of the world. Even in cities like Philadelphia, officials have had to plead with residents to refrain from this dangerous practice. It's a stark reminder that even in the heart of civilization, amidst the glitter and glamour of New Year's Eve, danger can strike from the most unexpected quarters. So, as the clock strikes midnight and the world rings in the new year with joy and jubilation, remember, the danger from above is real and it's not fireworks. Did you know that a bullet shot into the air can climb 2 miles high and remain in flight for over a minute? Now, let's dive into the numbers. Each year, countless individuals are injured, some fatally, as a result of celebratory gunfire. This seemingly harmless act of celebration can have grave consequences. In fact, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention reports that hundreds of people in the United States alone are injured or killed by falling bullets every year. To put that into perspective, you're more likely to be hit by a falling bullet than to be struck by lightning. Moreover, during festive times like New Year's Eve or the 4th of July, these numbers tend to skyrocket. For instance, in Philadelphia, officials have cited multiple instances where both law enforcement and innocent bystanders were struck by stray bullets during holiday celebrations. These chilling numbers are a stark reminder of the lethal side of a seemingly harmless tradition. Behind every statistic is a story of a life abruptly interrupted. In the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, the echoes of laughter and joy were shattered by the unmistakable sound of gunfire. The festive air of the 4th of July was tarnished with fear as bullets rained down from the sky. Take, for instance, the story of a young boy named Michael. On that fateful day, Michael was enjoying the fireworks with his family at their annual barbecue. Suddenly, a stray bullet, shot in a moment of thoughtless revelry, found its way to Michael. His life was abruptly interrupted, his dreams, aspirations, and potential cut short due to a senseless act of what was supposed to be celebration. Then, there's the story of Emily, a loving mother of 2, who was struck by a stray bullet while she was putting her children to bed. Emily survived, but the incident left her with a debilitating injury that changed her life forever. The bullet, fired without aim or thought, stole her ability to walk, to dance, to run after her toddlers. And let's not forget about Officer Daniels, a dedicated police officer who was hit by a stray bullet while on duty, ensuring the city's safety. The bullet, intended for no one, found a home in his shoulder, leaving him with a wound that took months of painful recovery. Each of these stories paints a picture of lives irrevocably altered. Each bullet fired into the air in thoughtless celebration ends up somewhere, and all too often it ends up shattering the peace and safety of innocent bystanders. These are not just stories of victims, they are narratives of families thrown into chaos, of dreams dashed and futures stolen. They are reminders of the profound impact that a single thoughtless act can have on countless lives. These are not just numbers, they are daughters, sons, mothers, and fathers whose lives were forever altered by a stray bullet. Unleashing a bullet into the sky is not only dangerous, it's also illegal. This is not just a stern warning, but a stark reality that many tend to overlook amidst the excitement of celebrations. Across the globe, law enforcement agencies are tirelessly working to curb the perilous practice of celebratory gunfire. The consequences of this reckless act are not limited to the physical harm it can cause, but it also carries with it serious legal repercussions. In the United States, for instance, the law takes a dim view of such activities. The justice system doesn't treat celebratory gunfire as a minor offense. People have been prosecuted and sentenced for this act, some even facing charges as serious as manslaughter. Take the case of Philadelphia, where District Attorney Larry Krasner has been vocal about the dangers and legal consequences of celebratory gunfire. He has highlighted that there are currently 4 active cases in Pennsylvania related to this practice, with individuals facing potential jail time for their reckless actions. The law is firm and clear on this matter. If a bullet fired into the sky comes down and strikes an individual, causing harm or even death, the person who fired the gun can be held responsible. This isn't a case of bad luck or an unfortunate accident, it's considered a criminal act. Moreover, in many jurisdictions, simply discharging a firearm within city limits regardless of whether anyone is hurt is a crime. These laws are in place to protect the public, to ensure that our celebrations remain joyous occasions, not tragic events. The potential penalties for engaging in celebratory gunfire can be severe. Depending on the specific laws of the region, offenders may face fines, imprisonment, or both. It's a steep price to pay for a moment of thoughtless revelry. So before you consider firing that round into the sky in celebration, remember, it's not just about what goes up, it's also about the potential fallout when it comes back down. The physical dangers are real, and the legal consequences are daunting. The law is clear. Celebratory gunfire is a crime, and those who partake in it will face the consequences. It's time to turn the page on this deadly tradition. We've seen the devastation, the heartache, and the consequences. Now it's time to take action, to step up and be the change we want to see in our communities. It's time to replace reckless abandon with thoughtful celebration, to find joy in moments of togetherness, and to express our excitement in ways that uplift rather than endanger. Imagine a world where the sound of laughter replaces the sound of gunfire, where the sky is filled with the soft glow of lanterns instead of the harsh flash of gunshots. Picture a world where the only thing falling from the sky is confetti and not bullets. This is not just a dream, but a reality we can create together. Let's start by celebrating responsibly. Instead of firing guns into the sky, we could light up the night with fireworks, or fill the air with the sound of music and cheer. There are countless ways to share our joy, our triumphs, and our hopes without putting lives at risk. But it's not just about changing our actions, it's also about demanding better from our authorities. We need stricter enforcement of laws against celebratory gunfire. We need our law enforcement agencies to be proactive, to educate the public about the dangers of this practice, and to take swift action against those who flout the law. Change begins with us, with every individual deciding to do better, to be better. It's about making the choice to celebrate life, not risk it. As we stand on the precipice of a new year, let's make a resolution. Not the kind that fades away with the first week of January, but one that we carry with us day in, day out. As we ring in the new year, let's resolve to celebrate life, not risk it. In the end, it's about making each celebration a safe one for everyone. We've delved into the unexpected perils of festivity, the shocking statistics, and heard heart-wrenching personal stories. The legal consequences are clear and present, and the call for change is louder than ever. Celebratory gunfire, as we've seen, is far from harmless fun. It's a dangerous act that can transform a time of joy into a moment of tragedy. Bullets fired into the sky don't just disappear. They come back down, often with devastating consequences. Our celebrations should be about unity, joy, and safe fun. They should be filled with laughter, not with fear. Stray bullets have no place in our festivities. We've highlighted the need for change. Now it's time for each of us to be part of that change. Let's turn our knowledge into action. Let's ensure our celebrations are safe and enjoyable for everyone. Remember, what goes up must come down. Let's ensure our celebrations elevate spirits, not bullets.